is done. Hold a chicken in the air, stick a deck chair up your nose, buy a jumbo jet, and then bury all your clothes. Paint your left knee green, then extract your wisdom teeth, form a string quartet, and pretend your name is Keith. Skin yourself alive, learn to speak a Arapaho, climb inside a dog, and behead an Eskimo, eat a Reno-4, wear salami in your ears, casserole your brand, disembowel yourself with fears. The disco is vibrating, the sound is loud and grating, it's truly nauseating, let's do the dance again. Hold a chicken in the air, stick a deck chair up your nose, yes you'll hear this song in the holiday discos, and there's no escape, in the clubs or in the bars, you would hear this song if you holidayed in Mars. Skin yourself alive, learn to speak Arapaho, climb inside a dog, and behead an Eskimo. Now you've heard it once, your brain will spring a leak, and though you hate this song, you'll be humming it for weeks. Hold a chicken in the air, stick a deck chair up your nose, buy a jumbo jet, and then bury all your clothes. La 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la, la 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 la.
Welcome one and all to another IER Merge Championship. Guys, if you could guess what the intro music was, I'll be very impressed. I really will be. Izzy's in the chat going, the songs keep getting weirder. Yeah, I thought I'd put an obscure song on and let's see if anybody can guess what it is. As we are here, we've got a few times up already in a wet Monza. So you got a Barrett on a 131.1, Unseen on 131.4, and Rapples on a 134.7. Bingham hitting a 154.2, and Barry Bears 132.5. Nosy with a 132.3, and Bottle Brent on a 132.1. So close times indeed. So. Right, yeah. If Izzy's thrown out, if anyone can guess that song, they'll get an extra championship point. We'll get give them extra championship points for guessing it. So we need the song name and the band. I'll say band in quotation marks, but who sang the song and what is the song called? And I'm not getting much sound here from the cars. There we go. Little glitch I found with streaming is that we do have the little thing with where the sound just cut out. Death Dragon goes, all of a sudden everyone goes on Google to find it. So yeah, this is gonna be it. You gotta guess the song name. So if you missed the song, go back to the start of the stream, listen to it, and let me know what you think. Death Dragon, it is Death Dragon's birthday. It's actually the same day as my mum's birthday, so it's my mum's birthday today as well. So Mitchell, or as I like to call him, Bitchell, because all I see is him bitching on in the chat. So Bitchell, happy birthday. So Unseen at the moment with a 130.4. We've got Stinos on 130.5 and Barrett on a 130.9. And very close we haven't got Vedran on a 130.9. So I'm expecting a lot from Vedran. I do think he's got the ability to actually step it up. He's shown he's got a really intelligent way of thinking about the pitch strategies, whether it comes into it with the weather. Because I think yours should be Ooh, we've got a mixture of wet and intermediate. So, Stinos putting the fastest lap on wet, whereas Unseen got his fastest lap on intermediate. So, just if Stinos, I would like to see Stinos on intermediate, see how much of a difference it would make. Or maybe an Unseen gets a 129.9, so maybe the intermediates are the better tyre, but or maybe it's one of those ones that fluctuates higher up and down. Right, let's get the telemetry up, lap data, and obviously track map. So, do we have anybody on an outlap? We do. We have Rapport Racing on an outlap. So, we'll stick with that Rapport Racing. What we'll do with him, we'll jump on. Hopefully, it'll have a good lap. Is a happy birthday, Gaz's mother. Hope he bought you a puppy. We're not getting a dog. I've decided final, it's not happening. Every single day Toby's been asking, I want a dog. I want a dog. Can I get a dog? It's not happening. I'm being stubborn now, and it's not going to happen. And I do believe we've had one car spinning out, or is it going really slow? So, let's clear away. Ba-ba-da-ba-da. So yeah, guys, if you've just joined us, because I've seen a couple of people pop in, drop us a message. Also, try and work out what the intro music is, because Izzy is giving away championship points for that. I know, get her a dog. And did you hear that, Toby? Your dad said he's getting you a puppy. No, I didn't. I did not say Toby's getting a puppy. He's not getting a puppy. That's final. It's final. It's not happening. I am being stubborn as we do start the lap with Rapport Racing as we hit into the first Variante del Rettifilo. So that's the first 1 and 2. As we head into turn 3 as Curva Bisono, or as all the common people know as Curva Grande. Big swooping right hander, slightly banked to allow a bit of extra speed, hitting into turns 4 and 5 of the second Variante della Borgia. And that heads in up a short distance into the Lesmos, or Curva de Lesmos of turn 6 and turn 7, which so Lesmos 1 and Lesmos 2, a little bit straight. I do expect some overtaking here because it's quite a nice place to overtake. Head into Curva Seriaggio, which is actually a DRS straight, quotation mark straight. Head into probably a series of difficult corners here for a lot of drivers, which is Reliante Vialone, or aka Ascari. So it is a left, right, left, going into Rettifilo Centro. As then we head into Curva Parabolica or Curva Sud, depending on what era you're from, really. So nice little as we get ahead into just Rettifilo, which I think it just actually means straight, give or take the language barrier, but it pretty much just means straight. As Rapport Racing, did he? What time did he get? So Rapport Racing got 131.5, but I'm sure you can get a bit quicker than that. And there's a hashtag on my chat saying hashtag get a puppy. Not blooming happening, boys and girls. Not happening. I'm stamping my foot. You know what the thing is though, right? I know this is what's going to happen, right? So, Easy set. Ooh, 3-6 has lost it coming out of Variante della Rettifilo. So after turn 1 and 2, and I think we've lost someone else. Who else have we lost? DXT Matty. Is he? Oh my goodness! Why am I struggling? There we go. Yep. DXT Matty has lost his front wing. So yeah, I know from well if Izzy ends up coming over. Yeah, Izzy will go when I go over. I'll go with you to get a puppy. See, the problem I've got with this is that means I'm going to get pressured into getting a puppy now by Izzy. What the worst thing is though is that if we end up starting doing drinking games, it end up in a drinking game. Oh yeah, you gotta go and get a puppy. It's gonna happen. I know it's gonna happen. As soon as I start drinking, I'll do anything stupid, like get a puppy. So let's have a look and see where else we're gonna be looking at. As we've got Bottle Brent. Is Bottle Brent gonna bottle it this time? Let's see. Ooh, he's going through. No, he has invalidated that lap, but he's on an out. No, he's not on an out lap. So he's gonna have to go again. But yeah, I'm gonna expect Bottle Brent to bottle it at some point. I will get my favourite child a puppy. Is Toby really your favourite child? Yeah. When does he become your child? Wow. And there's so many questions going to happen. So, when is he? When does he become your child? And when does he become your favourite child? And what means you're going? What do you mean you're going to get my puppy? No. So, right, let's get back to the racing, as we do have a few people who are. So we've got Bingham. Now Bingham is one of his drivers that, and he's Bindi. He's Bindi, a parabolica. Wow. Bingham. I wanted to jump on Bingham, but he smashed it into the wall. So Izzy, I've got questions for you, love. I've got a lot of questions for you. This is just weirding me out a little, but oh well, shit happens. Language. Sorry, peeps. Yeah. So a lot of people who don't know this course, what have you been? Where have you been? When you think of F1 racing, you think about a handful of courses, and this is one of them. Along with Silverstone, let's have Monaco, Monza is up there as one of the tri-peaks of Formula 1. Obviously, Silverstone was the first ever race course for F1, but Monza, the heart and passion of the Italian fans for this absolute elite sport, just makes a whole difference to why Monza is that special. It's one of those circuits that everybody loves to go to because it's fast, the atmosphere, it's such exhilarating. It's one of the best circuits you could ever go to watch, and yeah, throwing those chicanes do make it difficult for the drivers, but then if the circuit was too easy, aka like Austria, then you're not going to enjoy it as much. People only enjoy Austria in games when they like feel like, oh, this is my strongest circuit, boom. But then it's everybody's strongest circuit, really. It's always in everybody's top 5. So yeah, I do think this is just one of those circuits that just top of the shelf. Rookie mistake. Everyone knows you've been in Ascari. Get your words out, Gary. Yeah, Ascari. It has so many casualties over the years. I think everybody has at some point has crashed it, whether it's spin it on the curb, on the exit, as Vedran has lost it at Lesmos. So can we actually see how he's lost it? Oh, I think he's went squirrely. Yeah, he's got squirrely, hit one side and looks like he's hit the other. So, yeah, it's lucky that we're not on simulation damage, because that would have wiped your tyres out. You've been drinking too, bud. No comments. Yeah, I'm not allowed to admit that I've been drinking, because that kind of brings out my dark side. Yeah, and I've got to be on my best behaviour. So we have got 1 minute left to qualify. Anybody who's out needs to be putting in a good lap now. And Stinos does have a bit of a squirrel moment. But he's going again. But he gets a fast time of a 1:29.7, a very nice time, and he's on the hard four wets. Is that join me? I've already had 1 or 2, or 3, or 4. Okay, then I can't count them on one hand, but it's only been a few. So let's have a look. Who do we need to go out? So Berra might be one of our last drivers to actually put in a lap. So Bo has invalidated that. Will he get enough time to put in another lap? Because this is actually quite interesting, because we have a few drivers here that are very, very quick. And Monza and Bo, it just doesn't make it in time. Just doesn't make it in time. But, and we do have train game. Woo! Has crashed. So Horby has crashed at Ascari. On the exit of Ascari. You can actually see. That's actually quite a nice little image, that I will say. And who's this? Unseen has lost it. Wow. Quite a lot of people losing it in the wet Monza. Wow. So yeah, Horby smashing it in Ascari. We had Beres smashing it before the Lesmos, which is, it must have been coming out of the Della Regia, and lost the back end, tried to catch it, spun it, smashed it, and there we go. So we have top 3 Unseen with 129.5, smashed it. Stinos the second with 129.7, and Nosy on a 130.0. Very, very close between all the drivers right now. So close. We are looking at 2 seconds between first and 14th. To all our drivers, first to 14th within 2 seconds. That is epic. Killer Brent. The Dutchies are taking over. There's a lot of Dutch in this league, and it's kind of weirding me out, because it's like when it comes down to the commentators driver of the season, I'm gonna have to work out. I'm gonna have to I'll just pay it by PayPal. So that they can have the money instead. I'll send them PayPal money, and they can enjoy that. And we've got a dry race, which means if you set up for a wet race, if you set up for wet qualifying, then you're going to be racing around with a wet setup for the race, which is not everybody's cup of tea, but then that is what it is. So it starts in 23 seconds, so we should be hitting it hard and fast. Right. Gas fax time. Right. The Ascari chicane. When was it named? What year was it named? And what year was it built? That's the questions I got for you. As he goes, nah, we need a meet up in Amsterdam so you can give it to them. That sounds a great idea. That is an amazing idea. But the last time I went to Amsterdam, that's a hell of a story. Hell of a story. I've still got to tell you about how I ended up on a boat, haven't I, Izzy? But there we go. 27 laps of Monza. It's like what you want to hear, what you want to see. I want to see a lot of overtaking. I want to see some absolutely outrageous manoeuvres. I want to see some wheel-to-wheel action. I want to see drivers really putting themselves on the edge. What I don't want to see is any crashing any spin. Oh, actually, no, I quite enjoy a good spin. I do enjoy a good crash, but I don't want to see it happen. Save that for the chat on Thursday when I'm logged back in. It's Discord. Right, so you're gonna get a lot of this shenanigan stories over the time, Izzy. You're gonna know about my past quite in depth. If we go for a drink, then you're gonna see what I'm like. So yeah, so we've got the formation lap all about to end as the AI does take over. What's my predictions? Right, so Unseen is like unreal, but Stinos and Nosy are pretty much there with him. So that's my top three. Unless Bera, Bottle Brent and Bo manage to make it an outstanding start, I don't see them making really much of an impact if the race stays clean. But anything can happen at Monza. Come on, we've had absolute bizarre winners over the last few years in real F1, so absolutely anything can happen. People are expecting the crash. I'm expecting Hornby to lose it. I'm expecting Bingham to lose it. So no judgment against those guys, but the guys did not handle some corners quite well. So let's see what they can do as we go in racing. We're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right out and gone before you even could breathe. Could not see anything as we get a few people going on. Bo has made a fantastic start. He's up into 4th, right behind the up front 3, and Nosy and Stinos side by side. Fantastic view here from Bo's point of view as Nosy allows Stinos to go ahead. I think he realised he's not going to get found Curva Grande the way he was going. Stinos goes for the defensive line on the inside to cover Nosy's advantage, because Nosy is doing quite well here. Let's jump on board Nosy as we see what he's looking at. You can see that he's looking to try and get onto the inside of Stinos at any point in time. But where is that going to happen? Because the more these battle, the more Unseen is going to get away. And right behind him, he's got Bowen. They've got Bottle Brent there, and Death Dragon is starting to trail away. Death Dragon is got Hornby right behind him, and Bingham and Rappel Racing are behind FreeSync. And Vedran's had a rough start, but then and that's Nosy. Nosy spun. Luckily no damage. Hopefully he can get back into this, back racing. And I'm getting asked if I can have telemetry on. Telemetry's back on for you. There we go. So Unseen taking the fastest lap, but it's kind of obvious that he will get fastest lap on that. But it looks like with Nosy spinning off, it's kind of opened up the gap. It's given Stinos a chance to close down Unseen, and Bo is really need to work hard to catch up there. The front runners, Bottle Brent is starting to lose a gap, as well as Death Dragon. But then here we go. We have Hornby. Hornby, look, Hornby really thought he was going to have to dive in behind Death Dragon a bit earlier than what he should have. He could have been alongside him if he stayed where he was. But that manoeuvre to get behind him has actually weakened his position, because he's got Bera right behind him. Bera is not a guy that you want right behind him. I've got a VSC, because we have Bingham off circuit. Nosy, I think Nosy spun again, because Nosy's so far back. Oh, Bingham's lost a big chunk of wing there. Well, all of his wing. He's lost his razor blade. Izzy the Jinx has returned. Poor Nosy. So we're back racing again, and it was a short VSC, but we have Stinos. Stinos is on the inside, which will become the outside. He has a better drive out of that corner, because he didn't have to slow down as much, didn't have to rotate as much so quickly, and he is going as Unseen. It's right behind him. Defensive line by Stinos. And these two are battling it side by side. Absolutely fantastic. You got Bo right there as well. Absolutely fantastic. Let's have a little look. Positions up and down. So Unseen still in first place. Stinos in second. Stinos. Ooh. Backed out of that. He was flying in there. You can see the absolute speed that you get from that slipstream. And both drivers have a different line going through. Stinos' looks actually quite a lot smoother. As Bob Brent gets 123.6. And Unseen drops down to third because Stinos and Bo has made it past him. So it is 4 here because Bottle Brent, with that fast lap, has managed to close down the gap and get himself in the mix with these top running drivers. Can Death Dragon close in a bit more to Hornby? Can Berend take over Death Dragon? That's two drivers Rappel racing right behind Vedran. That's quite very bizarre to see Vedran down this low. He has only lost 1 place, but it's still, I was still expecting to be higher up. Barry Burbs up into 12th from 13th. Julian obviously down 10 places. Really hoping for a safety car right now. Safety car will get them to bunch back in. So we've got Barry using his EOS to just get out of the corner a little bit quicker. It's not making much of a difference though. But he carries a lot of speed through that corner. Stinos with 122.7. Opening that gap up a little bit. But can't get away from Bo because Bo has DRS. And it looks like there may be a little bit of change in the guards. Coming up soon. As Vedran is looking to get past 3.6 does it? Vedran doesn't take it. He does not take the inside line. 1972. Yes. The chicane has been present since 1972, but what year was it named Ascari though, Izzy? Because it wasn't named Ascari in 1972, was it? It was actually Variante Villalone originally. So that'll be quite interesting to see if Izzy can dig that little bit of information out. Now we're watching 3.6 and Vedran, because Vedran's managed to get past 3.6. And 3.6 with the DRS. Makes light work as Matty's there as well. Rapport Racing closed that gap out so much as safety car is out. Because Bingham has lost out of the Lesmos. So what this does, it opens up a chance for anybody on a soft tire to choose whether they want to pit or not. So, to be honest, anybody on the soft tires will pit. Joe Nossi is going in for a fresh set of... He'd be told to catch up. What is... Julian Ozzy getting Those medium tyres on. Fresh mediums, passing the safety car. He'll be told to hammer it as much as he can to catch up. You got Stinos, Bo, Unseen, Bottle Brent, Chain Game Woo, Death Dragon. Death Dragon has stayed out. Realised his teammate was in and has stayed out. But then he's on those medium tyres, so he should be staying out. He says, my source says it was renamed when they changed the corner in 1972. Well, wonder what your source was. Let us know what your source was. Because, according to Monza's little history book, that the corner was named Variante Ascari in 1976, even though the chicane was actually present since 1972. And before it was actually called, called Curva del Villalon, and then they changed the name to Variante Ascari. So, yeah. Will Buxton. Oh, who on earth is Will Buxton? Who is Will Buxton? What is Will Buxton? And is he really an F1 fan? If he's got false information? Because, like, 1976 actually saw a lot of changes happening throughout the circuit. So, the first chicane Variante del Retafilo was actually right outside the pit exit. So you'd go, we come out of the pits, you go straight through the chicane. Whereas in 1976 they moved it a lot closer to Curva Grande to allow people to join the straight before heading into the chicane. And at that time it was actually a double chicane. So, and it was flipped. So it was a left-right, left-right. And that chicane stayed in place until 2000. So a lot of info there for drivers. As Nosey's managed to get himself up 2 places through the safety car. Well done, Nosey. Getting yourself back in there, mate. We're quite interested to see how Nosey does handles the rest of this. After the safety car, I do believe there will be another safety car. Because I do believe that we may lose Hornby. I know who you know who he is. Useless comms guy who's also the voice of DTS. That Will Buxton. Well, that douchebag needs to go and get an education. So we're all bunched up. Death Dragon is so that you know when it's going to happen. What's going to happen? It's going to enter. Oh, and we do have penalties galore right now. You know it's gonna stop and go in a moment. Here we go, and he's pulled the trigger, but I don't think he's caught anybody out. Don't you jinx Robin? I'll jinx Robin as much as I like. Now the thing is though, question is, Robin was in front of 3-6 and he got the penalty. So maybe Robbins might actually get withdrawn. Robin could get rid of his if he doesn't pit again. I think maybe, well, depending on the circumstances, on the removal penalties. But he could have that 5-second penalty to be removed just by the scenario that I believe would have been. Bottle Bread has got a penalty, 3-second penalty, which means that it will affect his end time. It's quite nice to see Vedran up there at the front where he belongs, really. We have, so Death Dragon's first, Vedran second. Stinos had a little bit of a wobble coming out of the Parabolica. And we got Bo, who's actually closing in on Stinos. Bob Lazar, easy win for Stin. Well, you say easy. It's not going to be as easy as a Skull Scale, but it's going to be. I can't say it's, no, it's definitely not going to be easy. You've got to think that you've got drivers such as Bo, Unseen, Bottle Brent has actually been up there as well. And if Nosy carries on the way he's going now, he could be back up in the top 3 very soon. So, Stinos does have a lot of competition, and I do think that with 2 seconds between 1st and 14th in qualifying, does sound like a big gap when it comes to F1, but when it comes down to F1 here, at this level, then it's not much of a big gap, especially when drivers are getting penalties. Penalties will come into a factor at the end, and it will make a massive difference to a lot of drivers. The DRS has been enabled. Let's have a look. We've got Stinos on Vedran. Now, Stinos is going to go on the inside, but he's got Death Dragon, and he can't splice him. He could splice him. A little bit of contact with Vedran, and Vedran couldn't defend that position from the inside of the first chicane. So well done to Stinos. As Stinos is looking to get past Death Dragon. Fresh mediums on warm mediums. Fresh mediums will always win. A little bit of contact on the exit, but luckily there's no wing damage to Death Dragon. Mitchell's birthday, and he's in second. And Vedran and Bo are battling it. And Bo manages on the inside, manages to get it. Gives a, that's a little bit of a wobble, but Vedran has backed off. He's now got Unseen to battle with. And Unseen does the smart thing and backs out of that corner early on. This went end well. You know what, to be honest, I've got to give a lot of respect to these drivers right now. These drivers have done absolutely fantastic. So the battle between Stinos, Death Dragon, Bo, Vedran, Unseen have all been side by side. The drivers have actually done well, so I'm going to respect Unseen to try and make an overtake here on Vedran going into the chicane. So guys, if you've just joined us, please, there is one thing I have asked. If you can, listen back to the intro music and tell us who sang it and what the song name is. Okay. And there is championship points up for it. So we've got Thierry going, hi guys. Sorry, that kind of reminds me of Sloth from the Goonies. As 3-6 out, 3-6 losing at the second, and we've got a second of safety car, which brings Vapor Racing back into it. But then this also means that some drivers may opt for a pit stop. Stinos has spun. Wow, why did I miss that? Why did I miss Stinos spinning? Wow, I'm shocked. The Death Dragon's jumping into the pits. Bo carries on. Red John's gone in the pits. Stinos has gone back into pits. Rapport Racing is still on Betafilo Central. You're busy watching me complain. Yeah. So, what was I saying? Oh, I forgot what I was saying before I came up with the safety car. So these drivers anyway, we've got a lot of competitive drivers here at this level. Bottle Brents, it's going to be interesting. So yeah, what I was saying is that Thierry, when he said "Hey guys," hi guys, it reminds me of Sloth from the Goonies. So go, "Hey you guys." So I'm gonna start calling him Sloth. So here we go. Rapport Mason needing to catch up. Stinos in 11th. It's quite bizarre to see Stinos down there, but he's got the ability to fight back. But the first two drivers he's got to overtake is Death Dragon and Vedran, who are not easy drivers to get past. Barry Burbs been quite quiet in this race so far. And Barrett is diving into the pits. So leading the way is Bo. We'll see second with Bottle Bread in third. Thierry, if you can, mate, have a little listen into the intro and tell me who you think sings it and what the song name is, because it's gonna weird people out if you find out who actually sang it. But it's a great tune, absolutely great tune. Song from my childhood. So we are looking at one more lap with the safety car. Rapport Racing has caught up back up with Stinos, who is needing to catch up with Berra, who needs to catch up with Vedran as well. So they've got a bit of a gap at the back there, but not too much. We have 13 laps to go. Don't think these soft tyres are going to do 13 laps. But we've seen worse. Safety car is in the last lap. So I'm going to jump on board with Bottle Breads because I do think the third place driver has the best view of whether first and second has managed to get a good launch. Now, Bo is going to time this right. He's going to wait for Unseen to start warm his tyres up. Now, I'd go now. But Bo's waiting and he's going, he's gone. Bottle Bread has actually managed to find it. And he's got... Wow. It's 3 wide heading into the first chicane. Who's going to give? And tell you what, that was fantastic way to get very clean driving by Unseen, Bottle Bread and Hornby there. Absolutely fantastic to see. Hornby back out first and allowing Bottle Bread and Unseen to actually slip in front. Bo's making a bit of a gap there as Unseen is behind. Unseen's got Bottle Brent right up his bum. And Death Dragon has made his way into 6th place, sitting right behind Julian Ossie. What do you think, Stinos on the podium? Does Stinos have the ability to get on the podium? Yes! He does. I do apologise, I just had a little notification just pop up and my PlayStation has got super hot, so if it cuts out I do apologise. But I've got a fan right on it now, as we got Stinos taking DXT Matty in the first chicane. What a move! That was a fantastic move by Stinos. Can we see any more moves? Go Horby, who and Bottle Brent. See, Stinos has got the ability to get on podium, but he's got a lot of quick drivers to get past, and he's only got 11 laps to go. So, can he do it? I'm not too sure. I really don't know. Let's have a look at who's next. So we've got Death Dragon on Nosy. Can Death Dragon get past Nosy? I'm not too sure, but Nosy's got to try and get past Hornby, who's trying to get past Battle Brent. It's a bit of a DRS train going on here from first right down into 8th. So Hornby doing really well. I tell you what, bringing that fan out has really cooled down my PlayStation. So I'm back alive, guys. Woo! Yeah, it's cooled it right down a lot. And now he's making the comeback of Dreams. Wet Dreams maybe, but he's got taken by Mitchell. Birthday boy Mitchell has taken the move, and Stinos. That move from Stinos was actually quite smooth. Quite bizarre that Stinos usually bullies his way through. But, yep, manages to get himself up there. And now Stinos is looking to get past Mitchell. Now that's the way I'm saying about bullying. Forcing his way around the outside. And Stinos now up to 5th, so yeah. Pulling his finger out. And I'm going to jump on board Bo, because Bo is alongside Unseen. These two guys are as fast as goes to Vedron on 122.1. This is why Vedron can't actually win races. And Beret is getting to 121.3. Very fast drivers there at the back. So Unseen managed to get a bit of a gap there from Bo. Bo had to back out at the Lesmos. We got Bottle Brent, who is he was coming in quick there, wasn't he? Last time I see something coming that quick, I was losing my virginity. And we got there Hornby now. Hornby's very close to Bottle Brent. And this is so tight there between 2nd all the way down to 6th. even though Death Dragon is losing a bit of gap, it's still got Nosy right behind him. Stinos looking to get past. As Horby does get third. Horby's up into third. Absolutely fantastic move into the first chicane. Bottle Bread had to back out. Horby doing absolutely fantastic right now. But are we going to start seeing a bit like, so we've got Stinos who is looking to get past Bottle Bread, and here we go. Death Dragon on the outside. Death Dragon had to back off there. Oh! And Bottle Bread went for a spin. Has he lost his wing? No, he hasn't. He's just spun. So we've got Unseen in first, Bo in second, Horby in third, Stinos up into fourth. Got a bit of work to do, Stinos, to catch up, and then all these soft tyres going to last another 8 laps. Death Dragon in fifth, Nosy in sixth. Death Dragon is trying to get past Stinos. So these two are battling it. But that's just bringing their Nosy into play. Wrap Up Racing up into 7th. Bottle Bread down in the 8th after that spin. He's got DXT and Lati for company. We have Redram in 10th. Now Redram is a very quick driver. And I do think he should be up there in the top 3. And Berra is also quick. So we should be seeing some of these drivers really taking it to the podium, really. Pretty much any driver that's on track today has the ability to get podium at some point, but it's just depending on their setup, depending on the other drivers as well, because every driver has mistakes and some drivers just have a dominant performance one day. We're going to go jump on Stinos, because Stinos is the driver that has made a lot of progress back through the grid, but he's losing time to Hornby, as Hornby now looking at Bo thinking, you know what, I'm going to get you one lap. You can see cogs are clicking as he got it in him. Those soft tyres will be starting to wear away for here soon. They're not designed to be lasting that many laps. I think it's 8-9 laps before they start fading. So it's coming to the end of their life. One second. We do have a comment from Izzy, but I'm not going to repeat. Just basically talking about herself, saying she's not. I said she's not that good, but no. I don't see. I can see you could get a podium sometime. Like I said, we've got to just have a good setup and have a good circuit, one that you really you could hook up on. And not that kind of hook up before anybody gets that kind of idea. So Stinos now in third with Hornby right behind them. Be quite interesting to see if Hornby can get himself back in front of Stinos, because those tyres 7 laps old will start to be feeling it now. Yeah, if nobody else finishes. Yeah, maybe. And very nicely done there, as the ERS is getting deployed to save a little bit of speed for Unseen. But what he doesn't know is that Bo has actually got to save quite a bit. But Stinos has saved a lot more. And Train Game Woo has got a few bit more than that. Nosey's done really well for the ERS. Better before, I think he had a bit of a spin, but he had to pit as well, so that's why he's down a bit further down. But Berra and Vedran have both been putting in really fast laps. Berra with the fastest lap so far, and he's outside the top 10, so he won't get the extra points. A 121.3, what a time he's put in there. No one else has got 121. So if Stinos decides he needs to pit, he will end up coming out in 9th. So he really can't afford to pit. Someone else will bid it before the end. Yeah, good chance there will be. It's like we've got Stinos looking to get through. A little bit of a battling on between Bo and Stinos. I'm not too sure whether any of that was intentional, but the contacts were a bit excessive between Bo and Stinos. As we are on lap 24 of 27. Bo picks up a 3-second time penalty. Is it just some elbows? It was elbows and some knees, maybe a foot or two. But luckily no one really lost out. Oh, Unseen goes a little bit squirrely there. As we do have, and Izzy's hit our 100th comment. So thanks Izzy. As Vapor Racing has made moves on Nosey's coming into the pits. 18 lap hold mediums, they're done. They're cooked. He's probably going for fastest lap. But he needs to be out in front of Berra. He's not going to get in front of Berra. Nosy, you donut. Or maybe he's pre-planning for the spin-off, the inevitable crash. So on lap 25 of 27. I don't think anyone's going to beat it now. We've actually got some good drivers out there now. Bo looking to try and get past Stinos. Bo on 18 lap old mediums. Stinos on 11 lap old softs. Not much left in the on the tread for these two drivers. As look at that, Oh! Stinos got spinosed. Wow. Apparently the nose got damaged from Bitchel. Yeah, possibly. Bo's little spin on Stinos has put Stinos down into 7th. But as our Bitchel and Hornby get 2nd and 3rd, obviously Hornby's got a 5-second penalty that may or may not be removed. But they've got 1 and a bit laps to go. Riding off the final corner of this lap. And then we'll be into the final lap. What a view that is. What a view! No, it doesn't want to share the helicopter view, does it? So, final lap. Well, Unseen's dropped down. What happened there? But the birthday boy has managed to get himself right to the front. I was too busy being mesmerising over the helicopter view. As Unseen gave away his lead to Bitchel because it's his birthday. If he has done, I think that that might be a race disqualification in my eyes, as falsifying race results. Joking. Leave that to the stewards. But we are finally coming around the final corner. We have Bitchel in first, Robin, aka Hornby, in second, Bo in third, with Unseen in fourth. Obviously, Traeger will have a 5-second penalty. Bo had a 3-second penalty. That 5-second penalty may be removed, which means he'll get third. But Unseen got second due to time penalties. Paul Mason in 5th, Bottle Breads in 6th, Stinos in 7th, Matty in 8th, Bertrand in 9th, Nosy in 10th, Barrett 11th, and Barry Burbs will be rounded off it as 12th. Fastest lap is Julian Ossie's with a 1:21.006. Fantastic time by Nosy. Absolutely epic time. That's very well done on the 1:21.0. As we are waiting for Barry Burbs to cross the line. And that's the end of the Italian Monza Grand Prix. Death Dragon, yay, finally a win. You were gifted that, mate. They basically backed off to let you have the win off for your birthday. So, yeah. Let's get past this because we don't want to see this naff celebrations. So we do have Death Dragon in first, Birthday Boy, Unseen in the second, Rapol Racing up from 14th. A fantastic drive from Rapol Racing, very well deserved. Definitely one of the drivers of the day, if not the driver of the day when it comes to that. Obviously Stinos, unfortunate, we're getting spun out after an epic recovery drive, and then has to do it all over again. Vedran, Giulianossi and Berra really putting it out there with the fast laps. Absolutely fantastic fast laps from those three drivers, with Giulianossi taking it with the luck, being lucky to be in 10th as well. Alright, we've got too many Dutch people in this league. I think we're going to have to get a few more other nationalities. Yeah, Death Striker tries to justify the gameplay and that they were done. I'm joking. Well done, very well done to all our drivers who finished the race today. Absolutely epic. We let's have a look race calendar next week. We do have another absolutely epic circuit to be going to, Brazil. So over to the Autodrome Jose Carlos Pace. I'm sure all our drivers will absolutely love that. Give me this win just one time. Yeah, just once you're going to get that win. So guys, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for everybody who's commented. I really do appreciate it. It does help a lot. Yeah, join us again next week when hopefully I may have Chris back with us, but we'll be in Brazil, one of my favourite circuits, along with Monza to commentate on. I absolutely love commentating on Brazil, so it's up there with Singapore, Monza. So yeah, please join me again next week. Until then guys, good night.